I enjoyed the Star Wars. Warm.
Vroom.
Well, that didn't sound anything like Star Wars.
Hello, welcome to Good for a Change. This is the podcast where we aim to combat the awful everyday news you hear with stories that will make you smile. I'm Jarrod, and with me is just over there that I'm pointing at right now is Hollie.
Hello, Hollie.
And I'm pointing at Sean, but I'm so close to him that I'm actually touching his cheek.
Hello.
That's fun, isn't it? Like
No.
I said, this is my quest to make this podcast the most visual thing ever.
You're doing good work.
Thanks very much.
Week on week.
That was me
Ow.
hitting Sean. See? And they even heard that.
Amazing. It's
That's
all about
fun.
sensory.
Yeah, it's just ASMR.
Yeah. Sean's face feels like a face.
Oh, wow.
Touch your own face.
Okay, yep.
That's kind of
I'm
what
going to take my
Sean's
glasses
face
off before I touch my face.
feels like, and it smells like nothing.
Okay, great. Well,
Sensory.
That was a lot of fun. And this is just, okay, great. This podcast, remember when we started this podcast and we would get straight into it and the first episode went for 17 minutes and here we are and we're about 25 minutes in already.
Sniff Sean's face.
Sean's face. Alright, well let's actually get this show started. Hollie, give me some good news.
My good news is about Michael Orlando Clark Jr. You know Michael Orlando Clark Jr.
Yeah, no, we're best friends.
So Michael Orlando Clark Jr., as you'll remember, is one of his best friends.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5 years old. He's from Michigan.
Yep.
He recently got adopted.
Oh, that's nice.
He invited his entire kindergarten class to his adoption hearing.
Oh,
cool.
I saw this.
Isn't
this
it
is so sweet.
Yeah, so his teacher came and all of the kids from his class came.
Yep.
And they all had like heart-shaped wands. And they were like waving the heart-shaped wands. And I think the teacher said something like, we started this year as a family, and today goes to show that like family isn't always DNA. It's about love and support and being there for each other. And I just thought, what an incredible thing, and how amazing that kid feels so like loved and welcome and like a part of that family in his kindergarten class, that he was like, I want to invite every single person to my hearing.
Yeah,
Incredible. And he got adopted, which is amazing also.
that is great.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's really nice. I love that, like, he invited everyone. And I hope it wasn't a case of, like, I remember, like, back in primary school when it came around to, like, birthday party time and parents would go, time to invite who you want to invite. And you'd feel, like, pressured to sort of invite the whole class.
Yeah.
That, like, you hated that one kid that always teased you or something. I don't know.
I know, and I'm very upset you didn't invite me to your party.
Yeah,
so
well,
fine.
that's how it turns out. But it's great that,
Ha ha
like,
ha ha, that wasn't real. Need to point that out.
Jarrod and I didn't know each other until high school, so it's all good.
And I didn't like you until about a year ago.
Yeah.
Me either.
True.
I like to think that he got, you know, when you go to like the post office and you get those invitations that are like, name is inviting you to his this
Yeah.
at this place.
Yep.
And he crossed out birthday party and he wrote adoption hearing.
That's so sweet.
Did they all dress up in little suits?
Yeah, I think they dressed pretty cute. Let me have a look.
Alright, good. Because there's nothing cuter than a kid in a suit.
There is nothing. Do you remember Kid President?
Yeah, Kid
No.
President was cool. It
Oh
was,
my gosh, it was on
Oh, yes!
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube.
Soul Pancake or something.
Yeah.
So, unrelated, Kid President is back and he's like doing a tour with the guy who like invented Kid President. And they're
Is
like,
he now teen president?
No, he's
he's
like
like-
resigned from his role, presidential duties.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
He's now, because he's now a teenager, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going around America, or maybe even the world, I don't know, but at least America, finding children that are doing good things
Yep.
and like talking to them.
Yeah, cool.
And it's really, really nice.
Lovely. Alright, so there's his little friends. Let's see what we can see.
Oh, look at the little heart ones.
So is that his parents next to them, the ones
Yeah.
adopting him? They look how happy she looks.
oh, look, it's such a lovely.
Oh, look at them waving
And
their...
apparently the judge let him like bang the gavel at the
Oh,
end.
that's cool.
That's really nice.
Now,
isn't
the
it?
pictures that we are awing over right now of this adoption, we will post on our Instagram, which is where we put all our visual imagery that relate to the stories we tell.
Yeah.
Really
Oh, there's the
sweet.
kid with the gavel.
It was Christmas time apparently as well, so the judge has got bubbles and tinsel around her neck.
I know, she has them on all the time.
That's her official
Oh,
judgment.
it's August.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg has those like white collar things, and she's like, "I'm wearing tinsel."
Have you ever watched the Ruth Bader Ginsburg documentary? I know
have
you
not.
have. You watched it with me. She's got a lot of collars.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
That's People
Right.
gift her them.
Really?
Yeah.
She was like, "This is my thing."
Cool.
They're
Right.
amazing.
She's also incredibly fit. She like goes to the gym like every day.
She boxes a lot, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we had this conversation recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're big Ruth Bader Ginsburg fans.
Yep.
She puts us to shame. Is ultimately
The thing.
the
yes.
thing here.
Checks out a Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Boom, boom, boom. Guns
was-
is in muscles.
Yeah. I forgot that this isn't a visual medium again when I show my muscles.
Oh, is that what you were showing off?
Wow.
Been really
Wow.
unkind to Jarrod this whole episode.
Been really unkind. So I'm going to tell my story now. And I'm not going to do it in sadly, even though I'm very sad right now. That was just me filling in time while I got my book open. A stray cat in North Carolina has taken the internet by storm in the latest divisive debate. In the same vein, if you know what colours the dress, Laurel Yanni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat's ears.
Forgot about that one. Laurel
Yeah.
Yanni. Wow.
The cat's ears aren't on top of its head. Instead, they stick out of the side. And a vet assistant who takes care of her posted the image with people commenting that it looks like Yoda from Star Wars.
Cool.
Oh.
But however, just as many people seem to think the cat looks more like Dobby, the house elf from Harry Potter.
Oh.
So I have got a photo here.
Yeah.
Dobby or Yoda?
Dobby.
Yeah. You know, I don't want to say a Harry Potter reference because I don't care much about the Harry Potter universe, but I do think that's more Dobby than it is Yoda.
I
Now,
think it's the eyes.
the eyes. Well, I have got this picture of Dobby. That this will all be on the Instagram, where they do look
Yeah.
very similar. But more people, it's actually now got its own Facebook page, this cat, and it's Yoda Cat. Because more people think it looks like Yoda
Really?
than it does Dobby. But a lot of people are arguing about it online at the moment.
I feel like the ear positioning, if you were to look at the ears alone, if you were to silhouette that picture,
Yep.
Yoda.
it would look like Yoda.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
But the eyes.
But the eyes
It has the
and the
big
placement of
eyes.
the
the
eyes.
eyes have it.
So many people are saying, buy her, you must. Like the Yoda
Oh,
style.
yes.
I was going to do my Yoda impression. Do you want me to do my Yoda impression?
Yes.
It's just Grover from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
And that makes sense though because Yoda and Grover were both voiced by Frank Oz.
And also they rhyme.
Muppet knowledge.
They do.
I hang out with you too much.
Buy her, you must.
Wow.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
It was alright. And then others are saying, like, you should give her a sock. Because
Yes.
Dobby got a sock.
Yeah.
The good news, on top of that good news, is that thousands have inquired about adopting her, and adoption numbers within that area have spiked.
Oh.
So lots of cats are
That's
getting
really
adopted
sweet.
because lots of people want to know if it's Dobby or Yoda.
That was like Narwhal the, have we spoken about Narwhal the dog with the tail on his head?
No,
No.
but I have seen that.
Narwhal, yeah, so he got hundreds, if not thousands of applications
Yeah.
to adopt him.
He was a pretty
Same
cute
thing.
dog.
He was a very cute dog.
a little
had a
tail on
little-
his head.
Tail on his head.
Very sweet.
But that leads me to ask, because you guys weren't living here at the time, what colour was the dress? Would you like to see it again?
Yeah, I think it was blue and black is what I saw.
I'm confused. Wasn't it gold and black?
Gold and white and
What
blue
was
and
the
black.
what was the it was the dress or it was the shoe, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was the,
The
shoe
shoe,
that
that's
was like
another
teal
thing.
and white and pink and grey or something.
So here it is,
Oh, blue and black.
Yeah, it's
Blue
blue
and
and black.
right?
But there were times where I could see it as silver and
But
white.
yeah, there's like people have made. I should point out as well that someone actually went and found the dress. It is blue and black.
Yeah.
But like someone has done a bit of editing so people
Yeah.
can see where the gold and white comes from.
Yeah. It's still blue and black, but
I agree. I agree with you very much. But I had rigorous debates about that because people were convinced that it was white and gold.
Yeah.
along the lines of like looking at things. You know those old magic eye books?
Yep.
With that were like the random patterns, but if you looked at it the right way, a 3D object would come out.
Yep.
I was always very good at them,
Yep.
and I think it's because I can't go cross-eyed.
I can.
I
Very easily.
have a weak eye muscle, and I can't go. It doesn't help going cross-eyed now, Jarrod, because once again, not a visual medium.
I'm cross-eyed right now.
You're a damn liar.
Anyway, I can't go cross-eyed.
Yep.
And I think because of that, I always found it very easy to do this because the way you've got to like hold your eyes to
Yep.
like make it work, my eyes sort of like do very easily.
Yep.
So I will see the 3D things in those pictures.
Yep.
I
So
literally
often.
can't do magic eye books.
Can you cross your eyes?
I can cross my...
Yep. Oh, you can move one at a time. I can't
Yeah.
do that. I'm really good at spot the difference. Because you just cross your eyes and the spot the difference come immediately. We used to do them in like primary school, and I'd be done within like seconds. And I remember a teacher asked me one time, going, "How are you doing that so fast?" And I didn't want to give away my secret, so I didn't tell. But there you go, Miss Obi, if you're listening to this, I was crossing my eyes. There's an 18-year-old question that you haven't asked in 18 years. All right, well, let me ask the other question.
Yeah.
What was that thing saying? Was it saying Laurel? Was it saying Yanni? I'm going to put it in now, unedited.
Yeah.
Laurel. 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 Laurel.
What did you hear?
Yanni.
Sean?
Undeniably Yanni.
Undeniably Laurel.
Really?
I can't hear Yanni in that at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so
I think
weird.
it's got something to do with like
The
frequencies.
Can you
At the
say
end,
Laurel how it sounds to you?
Laurel.
see,
Laurel.
I hear Yanni.
So
Yanni.
there is another video someone made when they first came out, changing the pitch, and it gets to a point where
It does
you'll cross over and you'll start to hear the other one. Yeah, so I have heard Yanni when I've listened to it that way.
Yeah.
But listening to that, I cannot hear Laurel for the life of me. We played that.
Wait, you can't hear Yanni.
Sorry, I can't hear Yanni for the life of me. We played that with my niece. She immediately went, Laurel. And my sister went, no, it's Yanni. And she goes, I can't hear that. No, it's Laurel. And then,
so weird.
yeah, we had like huge debates about it.
You know what's interesting about that is, and I don't mean to bring up age, but you would assume that the lower pitch you could hear because, you know, as you age, your pitch perception goes down. So it's interesting that your niece heard the lower pitch one.
Yeah.
Because you'd assume that the difference was what pitch your ears picked up and not.
Yes. Absolutely. Which is, I think, a lot of it. But, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like...
That's so interesting that
Yeah.
that's how your niece had it.
Yeah, and she was only maybe not even 4 at that point. Yeah, that's what she heard.
Wow.
But I can't hear Yanni in that at all.
I can't even imagine what the Laurel sounds like.
Laurel. Afterwards, I'm going to play that video.
I do hear the "ul" at the end of
Yep.
Yanil.
Okay.
I hear Yanil.
No, I hear Yanni.
Yeah.
Yanni.
Afterwards, and if you can go online to find it yourself, but I will play you the...
You don't need to. We've done it for you now.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
Nah, carry on.
It was clearly blue and black. Anyway, who hasn't gone?
I haven't
Sean.
gone yet. Well, on the lines of hearing things and adopting pets, I was reading about a animal adoption centre who are inviting children in to come and read to the animals.
Oh, that's nice.
It's because they had a whole lot of people wanting their kids to like volunteer. Like the kids wanted to come in and volunteer with the animals, and they're like, what on earth do we do to have
Kids in here.
How do we get kids involved? What can we do? Because we can't really, there's not enough jobs around.
Yep.
And then I think a few other places have done it before, but they are having these story time sessions where the kids come in and they read to the animals. And it benefits the kids, obviously, because they get to do some reading. And it benefits the animals because animals, whether they're social or unsocial, benefit from that social time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it teaches them a bit, or they enjoy the company and all those kind of things.
How old are these kids?
I believe they're primary school age, kind of like 5 years old
Yep.
kind of thing, coming in, having a read with them, maybe a bit older than that. And I think they're looking at it starts in January, and they've got a number of kids coming in across the month or something to give it a shot.
Amazing.
And they've got something like 30 animals in this shelter that are looking for forever homes. So they're sort of, I think that might be a way of trying to maybe some of the kids will like the animals a bit. Maybe they'll get to have a forever home after that as well. Apparently there's a room where like cats just wander around in.
Yep.
Nice.
So they can read in that room, and there's other places where they can sort of sit down, where some of the other ones are in their little holding areas.
And I think this is a great idea because I don't know if you've ever had to sit and listen to a 5-year-old who's learning to read, but it's pretty...
It's a good time.
Oh, it's great. Love every second of it. I don't love every second of it. Like, I appreciate that they're learning to read, and I love them, and I'll sit and I'll help them. But, oh my god, like, it's clearly the word "the." Right?
Yeah. Learn to read.
Learn to read, kids.
I was over Christmas. I was building a Lego set with my 3-year-old second cousin, I
Yep.
think she is to me. We're having a great day. She got some Lego for Christmas. We thought we'll build it. I didn't realise how difficult building Lego was as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hard time.
It was
it
hard.
is.
It's hard to like put the bricks together. They don't necessarily go together when you're a child. You don't
But they've not got the
dexterity.
yeah.
And the strength, because
Yeah.
a lot of the time
Yeah.
you really have to squeeze pieces
Yeah,
together.
and if you get it at the wrong angle,
yeah,
you're just pushing and nothing's
And if
happening.
you
Yeah.
don't understand that,
yeah,
like if you've not got like the mechanical understanding that
Yeah.
like that isn't gonna go, you need to like wiggle it a bit, then it's
Yeah, and even it was like, well, let's look at the picture, because obviously it's not written instructions, it's visual instructions.
Yep.
But even just the concept of like matching the picture to what you were doing in front of you
I mean, a lot of those
is a foreign concept.
a lot of those things, all the instruction books as well, can be quite confusing, even as an adult. Like sometimes, you'll have missed that you're meant to have turned the thing around,
Yeah.
or turned it upside down.
yeah.
There's a certain, this is funny because it goes back to the dress, but there's a certain grey colour that
Yep.
is not the same colour in
Yes.
the instruction manual
Yep.
as it is in real life, and
Yep.
I always end up putting a different colour block on it and be like, why have I run out of pieces?
I did it once with the I made I think it was the Penguin's car from Batman.
Yep.
And it's this really quite elaborate
It's a beautiful set.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
set. But I did the same thing where I, got towards the end and realised that I had completely stuffed something up. And I had to break it apart and basically lose an hour and a half's worth of work
Start again.
because of that same thing. Because, towards the start I had put the wrong colour in and the colour wasn't going to match.
I got the Steamboat Willie paddle steamer for
Yep.
Christmas and got to the end and there were 2 bricks left over.
Yep.
Well, there was a few, as there always is with a Lego set, but there were 2 and I was like, they feel like not the kind of bits that Lego like puts in as extras at the end.
Yep.
Turns out I just like missed 2 slats from like the bottom of the boat. But
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I was like, oh goodness, I had to go through the instruction manual
And
page
try
by
to
page.
find
And
it.
it was a long instruction manual
Yeah.
for that one. So
I have done that set. It's not an easy build.
it took a long time. I was very impressed with it. It was a
3
very good build.
hours?
3 hours, I think it
3
took.
hours. My favourite part about it is the fact that the smokestacks move.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I wasn't expecting that. It's so sturdy in the middle with all its little like Technic bricks and
Yeah.
it's a very, very cool model.
It is very cool.
It's nice.
Wow, this has been a real adoption themed episode
It
there.
has, it's been great.
Between us all. Really interesting that's how that panned out. Because we
did not plan that at all.
No.
we don't tell each other. I know we've sort of previously referenced this, but we don't actually tell each other out.
No, we give each
our
other
plans.
keywords so
Yeah.
that we know not to do a story
Yeah.
that maybe someone else might have.
Because
But
quite
yeah.
often you do sort of stumble across the same good news stories.
But yeah, that was not planned at all.
No.
We've done well.
How interesting.
People finding new love.
I think the moral of the story is my family should adopt a dog.
Hello, it's Holly. You should get a dog.
Is that just to anyone listening, or are you talking to Sean's family?
To Sean's family.
Okay. But even then, if you have the means to look after a dog, go adopt a dog.
Yeah.
Adopt a dog.
Or a cat.
Adopt, don't buy.
Yeah, don't buy.
That's the message from the episode.
And if you have adopted a dog recently and you'd like to share that good
Send
news
us
with us,
pictures.
send us pictures via our email, goodforachangepodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear all about your pet adoption stories. We want to hear about all your good news, and we may even feature it on an upcoming episode. Like, didn't, like, last week your mum send us a story, Holly?
Yes. So,
What was that one?
my mum sent me a story. It was about a man who had won the lottery.
Yeah.
So he won £1 million on the lottery, single dad, and he still turned up to work as a chef on Christmas Day.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
What a good egg, isn't that, nice?
That is nice.
I also have a story that's been sent in
Yes.
by Emma.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know Emma.
you
Hello,
do know
Emma, if
Emma,
you're
the
listening.
Great Melbourne Telescope.
The what?
It's the Great Melbourne Telescope. So, installed in the Melbourne Observatory in 1869, the telescope symbolised the transitions for early Melbourne from a colonial outpost to a city of learning and science. So, it was relocated in 1944.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was modernised for, obviously, with technology being updated.
Better star looking.
Yes, best. I believe that's what they call.
Yeah.
Yeah, astrology, astronomy, whatever it is. They have now relocated it back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
But they have got all the pieces that sort of got taken out. They have got them back.
Wow.
And they have sort of put them all
Rebuilt.
back together. So I think it's now 70-75% of its original parts are back in. And it's going back to its home in Melbourne. Hey, Sean,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Holly what's good in her life. So, Holly, what's good in your life?
For Christmas this year, my mum and dad sent me a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the moon.
Ooh, nice.
It's literally a 3D printed moon, and there's
Yep.
a light on the inside, and you tap the lamp,
Yep.
and it lights up, and it's literally like having the moon.
I've seen
In your
photos of
house?
these things before. I haven't seen yours yet.
It's literally the coolest thing in the world, isn't it, Sean?
It is really cool.
Can it go different colours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
It's exactly like the
It's
moon.
just the
isn't
moon.
it?
It's the moon in your hands.
Look at
We'll
that.
share some images on our Instagram.
That's a blue moon. That was a yellow moon. It literally just looks like the moon.
It's really cool.
That's
and
very
it's only
cool.
like I'd say the size of
It's not even the size of a soccer ball.
like a small melon.
A European handball.
A European
Small
handball.
melon.
Cantaloupe.
A cantaloupe, yeah. The yellow ones.
I mean,
A rock melon.
great. I mean,
a honeydew. A honeydew.
okay, great. I mean,
think that
honeydews
is a
come in
cantaloupe.
different sizes, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. A rock melon.
small
It is a rock
pumpkin.
melon because it's a moon, and the moon's made of
Oh
rocks.
my gosh.
A future predicted size of a radish.
Oh,
Throwback.
That is a throwback from a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, it's really nice. It really brings me joy. I really love the moon, and it's just nice to hold it and just look at it and have it.
Well, along the lines of that sort of thing, would you like to ask what's good in my life, Holly?
Jarrod, what is good in your life?
I'd like to talk about one of my best friends in the world. Your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad is one of my favourite human beings in the world.
Yeah.
And I don't get to talk to him or,
Hang out.
spend
with
any
him.
time with him as much as I'd like because we're in another country. But the 5 weeks I spent in England for your wedding, I think I spent most of my time with your dad because we became best friends. Your dad saved me multiple times. Your wedding was obviously a stressful event, especially for you, Holly. Bridezilla much? No, you're fine.
I'm okay. I'm kind, but fine.
No, you're fine. But a couple of times where your dad was like, "Oh, I need Jarrod for a really important wedding thing," and be like, "Yep, great." I get in the car a bit. What is it? And be like, "Nothing. We're going out for lunch," and we just go out for lunch. We went for a drive. There was one day where Sean told me at 1 o'clock in the morning, "Oh, by the way, we have to be up and gone by like 6:30." And I got very angry when you went to bed. And your dad, Holly, went, "You let him sleep in. I'll take him. I'll take him back home tomorrow." And I had a lovely day with your dad. And off we went. I think the best part of it was, let's talk about your wedding day.
Yep.
We needed a generator
Yep.
for your wedding because you were in a place with no electricity. The place we were going to get this generator wasn't far from where we needed to be. We left at maybe... What time was the wedding?
The wedding started at
One-ish.
1.
1?
1:30. Yeah.
We left at maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock. What time did we get back?
It was cutting it fine.
Yeah, it was kind of real fine. Like, maybe 20 minutes before your wedding, I had to really quickly get changed, have the meeting with you, Sean, and the celebrant,
Yep.
sign the paperwork I had to sign, and there we go. And I said to your dad at one point, Holly, arguably Sean and Holly, the two most important people at this wedding. Next kind of is me and you, because you're the father of the bride and I'm the best man. Like, we kind of need to be there. And your dad was like, it's fine. I'm going to stop at Tesco and get a sandwich. Oh, what's that? Oh, my friend's on his way. Oh, we'll just wait here an hour and pick him up. And I was like, we need to go. And I'm getting messages going, where are you? Like, people, we need to get ready. People are waiting. And your dad was like, it's fine. Have a cigarette.
That's because I was the one doing sort of a lot of the work on my wedding day in
Yeah.
the last bit. Holly, just sitting back, relaxing, watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
As I should have done because I worked very hard on that wedding.
I know. I worked just as hard as you did.
Well,
Wow. I mean, considering I was in another country for most of the planning.
yeah.
But yes, your father is one of my favourite people.
In
And
the
I love
world.
him very much.
Same.
And so I just wanted to bring him up.
We love you. See you soon.
Well, I won't. But Sean, what's good in your life besides your amazing father-in-law?
You're so lucky.
I am. Now I'm just going to sound really naff when I say I've seen Star Wars twice and I really liked it.
Oh, what a loser.
What an absolute nerd.
Well, I suppose it relates to dads in a sense because the other day my dad texted me and I had wanted to go see Star Wars with my dad, the new Star Wars film.
Yep.
And unfortunately worked a lot around Christmas, so I couldn't find a time that worked out. And Dad messages me the other day and says like, I'm going to go see Star Wars. And I thought, I was at work and I said, well, that's not fair. I want to go see Star Wars again. He said, you've seen it twice. Nothing to be jealous of. I said, yeah, I just want to go see it again because I had such a good time. I really did have a good time. I was worried going into it because a lot of the internet had sort of divulged in this hate fest on the film.
That's what the internet likes to do.
And it was so unwarranted. It was such a great time.
This is going to be a spoiler-free conversation, but
Yes.
it was a very good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's to the point, it drove me off Twitter in the end. I've deleted the Twitter app.
Really?
Because so much of my, my news tab, because Star Wars is apparently a topic I'm interested in. It knew that from my analytical data.
Yep.
It would just be posting people commenting about it and a lot of spoilers and a lot of like negative comments about it, and it just was filling my timeline up, and I was like, I don't care for this. I don't care for this at all. And between that and bad news, which we're not fans of, there was too much of it, and I thought, I'm going to make a more positive impact on my life, and I'm going to delete this app that's making me feel very negative. I'm feeling much more positive since removing it.
Unfortunately, I have a website that I have to run the social media for, so I can't get away from it.
No. And that's, I'm sure at some point we'll have to come back on it to promote some of our upcoming shows and things.
Yeah. But for the moment,
it's the scrolling, I think.
Yeah, the scrolling is what is difficult. So if I can stop myself scrolling for a little bit, all good.
Wonderful.
That's amazing.
And that brings us to the end of another one. This was episode 10.
Wow, we made it to 10 episodes.
We're in the double digits.
That's incredible. Wow.
I'll be honest, didn't think we'd get this far.
Hey, Holly, would you like the high 10?
We
Awesome.
did.
We did. Sean, would you like the high 10?
No.
Good, because we weren't going to high 10 with you anyway. But do you know what half of 10 is? 5.
Is it?
Yeah, and what does that remind you of, Holly?
Oh, I was just thinking about 5 earlier.
Yep.
I was looking at some of the really kind things that people have been writing on the internet about us. And what's been good about those things, one, they're very kind and we're very grateful.
There's been some
to
very
hear them.
wonderful things, yes.
But also, they have really abided by the policy.
Okay.
So all of those reviews have come attached to 5-star reviews.
That's right, because that is the policy.
That is the policy. So it is 5-star reviews. We are endlessly grateful for any review that we receive.
Provided that it's 5 stars. Like, I'm not grateful for the 4-star reviews.
I'm still grateful, but it is against the policy, and there is that to be aware of.
Okay, because we just don't want people to be against the policy.
Yeah, because,
Because we don't want to have to, it becomes a whole thing, and we don't want to have to call you
we're
out.
followers, not rule breakers.
Exactly right.
It did take a few weeks for my brother.
Yep.
He said 4-star, and I was like, Adam, that's against the policy. And then he said 4.4 stars, and I was like, next week we're going to talk about you. Next week it was 4.999 stars, which does round up to the 5-star policy.
Okay, so look, that I can abide by. That's okay.
It took some time, it took some work, but we did get there with Adam.
Yep, great.
And we're grateful for that. So thank you, Adam.
Just quickly mention one of my favourite parts about doing this podcast?
Yeah.
Is when we go into this whole 5-star thing, you and I get really into it, and Sean just looks there and shakes his head the entire time.
Sean hates this bit.
Sean hates this bit. It's one of my favourite bits of the whole podcast.
Yeah. Gets me through the week.
It's just so demanding.
It is. But that's okay, because it's all over now anyway, Sean.
Good.
So thank you very much, Holly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Jarrod. You're welcome.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye.